everyone, it's Renee with Delaney Jane Cards. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be making this outer space scene with Pink and Main's new, I don't know if it's new, My Universe stamp set and their universe papers, I guess. So I started by stamping several of the images on this Nina cardstock with my Ink on 3 blackout ink. It's my current favorite Copic coloring ink, and I was using my very dirty Misty. I have ended up cleaning it since then, so in future videos you will see a cleaner Misty. So one thing I really like about Pink and Main is their dyes are super bright pink, so I can't lose them on my desk. So here I am doing my Copic coloring. I used my B90s to color the water on this balloon that is supposed to represent, I'm guessing, Earth. And then I used my YG63 for the land and YG67 for the darker areas. Just a couple of two-color blends, a little bit of W3 to add a little shading to the clouds. W3, W5, and W1 for this, and my colorless blender for the balloon that looks like a moon. Y02, Y17 for the yellow stripes of this planet. YR02 and YR27 for the orangey colored ones. Those colors are pretty far apart, but they did blend really nice. And then Y17 and the YR27 for this ring, and these blended really nice. I do like that color combination. And then I picked out some yellow greens for my little alien guy here, YG23 and YG25. I do think I bring in, my YG17, my very favorite yellow green color ever. And then I used my cool grays to start coloring my little astronaut. I do want his little outfit to appear to be white, so I need to put the shadows in. And I really tried to leave a lot of white space so it did look white, and it will be on a dark background, so it does look more white on a dark background than it does on a white background. I don't know if that really makes sense, but I guess it's just the art of perception, maybe. It sounded kind of fancy. So I did use a BV for my shadows on the skin tone here, and this is one of my go-tos. I guess I have a couple of go-tos. I used the E02 for my cheeks, E11 for my darkest, E21, and then E51. Get a cute little astronaut there. I filled in the hair with E25 and then did some flicking with the E29 and the E79 for a little bit of texture. There's not a lot of real estate in hair there, so I wanted to make sure that I had that taken care of. My R24 for the red, and that's kind of all the little details on the astronaut's outfit. I thought this needed a little pop of red. And then I used the same red combination plus an additional deeper marker, the R59 for my rocket. I wanted kind of to use the same colors, but I wanted it to stand out just a little bit more. Used the yellows for the flames. I didn't add any extra markers there. And then here's my cool grays again for the rocket ship, but this I wanted to be silver, so I colored it in completely, leaving no white space. And I did color the porthole. Is it a porthole on a rocket ship? Or window, but later I end up using a glaze pen anyway. So here are those bright pink dyes. I do love that I can't lose them on my desk. This Spellbinder's mat has been helping too. There is a magnetic strip inside of it. All my dyes kind of just stick there, which is super nice. I also cut a circle out of some Nina white, and then I used this rectangle to cut out this pattern paper, and then I was measuring there to make sure I had the right one. I get the dyes mixed up from the Dynamics 1 and Dynamics 2. I don't know which one came with which. So I die cut that, and then I started putting everything together, and I realized it just really looked kind of plain. So I pulled out another piece of pattern paper and some additional cardstock there. And I die cut everything, and then I was deciding what cardstock should back each of the panels, and I decided on the aqua color to be the background, and then this blue, more like sapphire blue, to be on the front panel. And then I have this sentiment strip here that I die cut out of some additional blue color cardstock. It goes with the pattern paper really nicely. And then I was going to die cut it first, and I realized I should probably stamp my sentiment first, and then I could make sure that my strip is straight. I turned that over because the one edge is a straight edge and the other was where I trimmed with my scissors, and I wanted to make sure I had everything lined up. So I'm running this through my now extinct Sizzix Sidekick. It died the other day, made me very sad. I would absolutely love recommendations for another small die cut machine. So I wanted this to be a moon, and I could have stamped a moon. Pink and Main actually had a set that has a heart-shaped moon, which is super neat, but I wanted just a moon, so I used some warm grays here to kind of scribble out a moon, some divots and craters and stuff like that, and then just colored it in. I did go over the whole thing with a light yellow. I just wanted to give it a little bit more of a yellowy glow, and then went back over with my markers to add some more detail. And here I'm layering everything up, the panels on each of the panels, very simple layout. But I do put the card together like 800 times because I just want to make sure everything fits right and I don't need anything else. And if you remember earlier when I put it together, the little alien, I had him down at the bottom. Now I decided he needs to be up on the top. I don't know. He does end up on the top. I don't know why I changed my mind, because he was adorable down at the bottom too. I used this foam tape from Amazon here. It is really sticky and definitely needs to be cut with scissors. And then I'm adhering my sentiment strip to that front panel. I just wanted to make sure I had it right so that I could adhere the moon. And then I am glad I used liquid adhesive because I needed to shift it just a little bit. And then added some additional foam tape to the sentiment strip and the edge of the moon that was going to be hanging off. And here I wanted to see what part of the balloons also would need the foam tape. And then I peeled the corner back of this foam tape and positioned my alien and stuck him to the foam tape so I could put everything down at one time, using liquid adhesive to adhere everything. Trimmed off what was left over at the sentiment strip there and decided how I wanted to put this little astronaut down and how the strings, I wanted the strings to be over his hand, under his foot, so he looked like he was really hanging on to them. Adhered that down, then added the little rocket ship for my pop of red in the background. I did use a black glaze pen to fill in the alien's eyes and the astronaut's eyes and the rocket ship porthole window thing. And then I used a white gel pen to add some shine details to the balloons and the astronaut and make it look like the glass. And then I added the white back on the alien, and later I did add the white shine back to the rocket ship. So here is some still shots, and on your screen now you'll see an additional video if you'd like to keep watching. Thanks for stopping by.